All right, here is the very last theoretical lesson for the year. This is part six of lesson 56 to 103, which is managing talent. And it's going to just round up everything with a ACE methodology of approaching your talent. And we have been covering Snoop sessions and how to snoop. And in class, we've been doing that as well, getting you ready for the summative one, which is due in about 4 weeks' time. Okay, so let's do this short lesson and close up the theory for the year. So, as discussed before, it's really important for a manager to have certain traits, and that is one, we've said approachable, definitely someone that is bigger picture oriented, someone that understands the talent in terms of dealing with them separately as personalities and as products, having an open door policy, being able to accept and be open to new ideas to help the talent grow, have a business mind, obviously, and have a knowledge of business strategies, marketing strategies, and so on, and also understand the digital aspect of radio. Radio as a medium, very powerful. Have to have powerful people that are passionate about the medium itself and the industry to be able to lead new generations like yourself into new innovations and new eras of radio, right? So management is less about the process of production as it is about working with people. One of the fundamental differences between an office administrator and a radio presenter is that making radio is a creative performance driven business. So once again, understanding how to soft skill and hard skill quite effectively, because again, these people are what bring in your bread and butter, and being able to nurture and again lead them at the end of the day is what you are going to be determining your bottom line on. So this is similar to how a professional sports person has to be with their best daily, to be at their best daily to help them and their team win a match, right? So yes, we are islands of information, I say. So we do work in isolation as presenters, but you are still part of a growing and a dynamic brand at the end of the day. So knowing how all the cogs fit together in a nice cohesive piece is what makes, again, a good manager, and making that radio presenter and those radio presenters understand really the importance and their place in, how they obviously contribute to this bigger picture is really important. Radio presenters are on show to their audiences and station colleagues daily. And so they have to keep their audiences as good as their last show, right? They have to keep them happy, enjoying their show every single day. You bring that passion into that presentation. And again, that translates really well with the listener who understands that this presenter or this, again, media practitioner is really like locked into what they do, very passionate, brings in the best, and again, comes up to step up to a great performance on a daily or whenever they do go on air. So this is almost like being an artist. We are a craftsman and craftswoman as opposed to an artiste, except that you start with a blank canvas every single day. An artist is like a singer or a painter, whatever it may be, that work on, projects that are, and they're ever growing. Again, like compiling music or creating music or writing music, whatever, producing music is a bit of a process. We start as a new blank every day when we start a show. At the end of the show, what is the aim? Well, to have pleased and have satisfied our listener demographic, right? To have brought them what is important to them and what is relevant contextually, and well, I say even to an existential level, a bigger picture, something that makes them think, work, and live differently on, like I say, an exponential level is what we want to actually do. And that doesn't have to be serious, as we've seen in the past years of your training, right? Here at Boston Media House, it can be of every aspect because people are complex and they're made up of different things and they enjoy different things, and we have experiences of a varied nature, right? So knowing that and locking into again. like a certain I mean, again, a certain approach. Don't want to take the no, I don't want you to think that this is linked to the ACE approach which you see at the bottom of the slide. But again, taking the way that we approach something like radio broadcasting is what will make all the difference again in your growth as a professional. But again, once again, to the servicing that particular community and making a difference in their lives every day. Okay. So you will again, I say that you are only as good as your last show. That is very harsh to hear, but it's true only because that listener will judge you literally day to day. Won't give you much of a second thought or a second chance. If you really mess up on a certain day, they'll start to doubt you. You'll have to work really hard to gain their trust again. Radio personalities will always find it difficult to leave their work at the office. And it's true because you're a creator, right? As you look and you step out of that station, that building, like the rest of the world is it's a content abyss, right? So everything that you look at, see and you interact with, you read, you will speak about, you will feel whatever it is, you will immediately think of as a chance to create some kind of idea, some kind of content that can be offered up on your show. You'll have kind of a second, like a second consciousness as you read through your feeds and read through articles. And again, while you're sitting there and just kind of observing the world around you, that's really what you want to do. You want to have that second nature, that second skin of being a creative at the end of the day. And yes, you're not going to create everything out of everything and anything that you do see, but the options are there for a craftsman and craftswoman like yourself. As a result of this, nurturing and managing a group of on-air creative professionals is vastly different from managing, let's say, a sales team, something that's a bit more business oriented, right? And there is an approach that you can use just to show, like, at a simple, like a very kind of simple foundation of, you know, garnishing, like, or garnering a really great relationship with them and having them be very productive at the end of the day. ACE stands for appreciating your talent as an A. So let them know that you do love the fact that you've selected them, that you appreciate their hard work, you appreciate that they are the best of the batch that you could have chosen from or did choose from. Coach them, help them grow. At the end of the day, they are going through a journey of their own. So be very aware of this person that you're dealing with as a talent and be able to lend your leadership and your knowledge and your skills and again your wisdom to help them, achieve their best at their best, right? Evaluate them constantly. So always provide honest and fair feedback in obviously the form of snoops, as you have experienced with me and yourself and I. So, what does it mean to appreciate talent at the end of the day? Well, it's one, obviously, respect, definitely showing them that you acknowledge their work is very important. So, acknowledging means you are listening, you are putting in the effort to say, I like that feature, or I like what you said the other day. I do like the efforts that you're putting in on social media. I really felt that that particular interview was really great. It was one of your shining moments, and I'm very happy that you're working so hard, and it's really showing. Appreciate them. You can also just in terms of, I mean, the salary also is a great way to show appreciation. At the end of the day, be like, this is you are worth this amount, and what the business can afford, and don't take advantage of your talent, right? So again, you want to bring out the best in them, make them feel safe, make them don't work with fear, don't like I don't know, like swing the job in front of their faces, dangled it in front of them as if they could lose it at any particular time. We know that the industry is like that. We do know that this type of behavior is very real. But if you're going to move in and be a new leader like I say, just a new type of narrative that you want to indicate to this industry, then do so. Be better than the people that are not doing this at this current time. This can be emotional, right? And that means it can be exhausting dealing with people because you are a counselor, at the end of the day. Psychologists and psychologists, counselors and psychologists, uh, yeah, that work with people on an everyday basis. And I'm going off topic of here of what you see here, a lot more drained than, let's say, a personal trainer, a hairstylist, whatever, a barman, serving is a different, let's say, pour the drink, you're done with it, you move on to the next one, right? But these people are growing with you, and so they are volatile at the end of the day. They're volatile and they are alive, right? It's a living product. So in this way, dealing with people and their personal issues is part and parcel of the job, understanding how to make them realize how it mustn't affect, obviously, the work environment, or how does it actually blend in, and being able to make sure that they don't reach catastrophe at the end of the day, right? They are human beings. Coaching them shows that you value them. So you're putting in the time, you're putting in the effort. You want to know about what they want to aspire to be or what they want to achieve, and you kind of bank that in your own personal filing system, in your mind, or even if you want to make it quite tangible, make sure that you are documenting this stuff, right? So make sure that you know where you are and where they are on track, if they are on track, should I say, of achieving, bigger and better things for themselves, right? So encouraging them to do new things and to step beyond their boundaries to make them feel uncomfortable, but in a safe and obviously secure space again, so that they don't, when they do fail, it is with minimal, let's say, repercussions, whatever it may be, right? Helping them work out techniques and mechanics for certain, ideas that they have, whatever it may be, right? Um, just to go here onto the slide, a program manager can do the following of coaching, for example, by working, like I said, on techniques and mechanisms with them, or getting them to solve a problem by applying their five key aspects in different ways. Right. Okay. So the majority of a programmer's time will be spent coaching, and therefore they need to remain positive and upbeat. I mean, if you need to take a day as well as a manager and also work on your own personal, I mean, your own personal psyche, should I say, then do that so that you don't affect your team that you're leading, right? Be positive, be productive, and again, be invested, right? Moreover, the sessions that you do have with your presenters need to contain praise and appreciation when they do deserve it. Like I said, they go and tell them you did listen, you did like that, you liked that they took initiative. And again, let them trust you in what you have to say. Often radio talent will lament the fact that they are not given the coaching that they needed by their program managers or managers, right? Their line managers. And they will complain that they are continually being criticized through air checks and snoops and whatever it may be, right? And you must remember to balance again that interaction while you're coaching. Coaching is about saying, listen, like this is not going correctly or not going well. Let's stop, collaborate, and kind of listen and move forward. Then evaluation. So the E in ACE, right, differs from coaching in that you're actually going to take some stock of their growth and the show. Like I say, some tangible kind of things that you can touch and feel in terms of performance reviews, so that we know that we are also keeping track of what our talent is doing, right? So just to close up here, I'm just going to zoom in just a little bit here so you can see a little bit better. Right. So Dan Valley's rules for coaching talent. Let's have a look and round up this year's contribution to the theory side. Radio talent is usually hungry to be coached, to learn and receive feedback. Any employee wants to grow. They want to do better. They want a life that a work life that means something at the end of the day, right? And they can see that there's progress in where they're going. And it's a manager's job to sit back and say, I want to give you feedback and I want to give you leadership and again, like some direction that is going to help you achieve what you want to do. Dan Valley says, spend time with your talent, ensure that you are present to coach and direct them, give them the opportunity to know that you are available and not that you're not a ghost that's unreachable, or even like in terms of being communicative, not someone that you can actually talk to. So use constructive criticism. That definitely helps them grow forward. So point out what is wrong, but tell them why it is wrong. Tell them, do they understand? Ask them, what do they understand? And do they understand how to fix it? So small goals and small progressions, right? To help them understand achievement and in their own capacity. Involve yourself in the process, just like a director does with a film scene. In other words, don't just tell talent what to do, tell them how to do it as best as they can and as best as you can to explain that. And keep asking them, do you understand? Keep saying that. Just because I've been with managers that don't say that, you go out and, again, as I've said in class, you interpret what you think is the guidance, and it often turns out to be on a different page, right? So you must set clear expectations in order to obtain results from your talent. So listen to and take interest in the ideas, as I've mentioned just previously, of the talent. You need to make them think that they know that they are valuable and that their opinion and their contributions do count, right? And that they also have a hand in their own growth is very important. So they feel like they have power and control, and that they're not just some kind of puppet that can be, again, just chucked out at any one time. Facilitate discussion with your talents and show them that you are in the business of making this show a success. Why? It's going to benefit you and the station on the bottom line at the end of the day. I don't see why a program manager or a manager would be behaving any differently, but we do still find that fear and kind of degradation, of talent is somewhat of a strategic behavior, that is often used. Talent can have different preferences for criticism and guidance. So some of them want it short and they want it daily. It's just the type of person. They're not desperate. It's their personalities, right? And they're not insecure. You need to know what this person needs. Otherwise, they will start to deteriorate at the end of the day. The talent does not need to be impressed by your previous jobs or accolades, right? You are there to work together with your talent and not talk about your own career. We don't care. It's nice to know that you have a competent manager, but what you did and what you do is two very different things, and that counts for everyone, not just management. Great coaches praise talent when they perform, and they share the blame when they do fail, because they're like, you are the presenters, the talent are under your watch. So each person in a team has a different part to play. Not everyone scores, but everyone plays on the team to set up a goal scorer to score. You want them again to achieve. The last point we'll close off with is criticism should be given in private, not in public, not to humiliate. Definitely, again, just not to, again, make them feel smaller, as if they are a subordinate to you. And again, less of a human being, right? You're shooting yourself in the foot. The talent will not perform and you will lose in terms of quality. That is it for the radio theory. And from now on, as we have discussed in class, please do book those sessions. I have shared with you the spreadsheet, the Google sheet that you can go and book the private, the one-on-one sessions now as we move into the S1. And let us close off and end with a bang. Right. Okay. To quote something very cliche. Good luck with it all. It's been wonderful. And I hope to see you making big things or doing big things in the industry